State's average. They're the best team in college football. They suck. They're great. We don't know. Unless we do. Ohio State's 38-17 win over Indiana just happened. This is Bill Landis. I'm Ari Wasserman, Doug Lesmerises on the field to discuss what we should think of Ohio State after their most recent win. Doug, how did these last 4 quarters of football change, or maybe not, the way you think about Ohio State?
I'm trying to learn. I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm still capable of learning. I am not going to overreact to this. I feel like if this is your worst, that's pretty good. And you're not going to get through a regular season playing 12 great games. So, this was a one touchdown game a couple times, but every time it was, Ohio State responded. They win by 21. They never really were in doubt like at Indiana last year. So I wrote coming into today that Ohio State and Michigan were 2 of the 4 best teams in college football, and I'm not changing my mind about Ohio State based on this.
Ohio State's best win of the year was at Oklahoma. They manhandled Oklahoma on the road. Urban Meyer was saying all week that he thinks that Indiana might be on par with Oklahoma, which kind of seemed crazy, but it seemed like Indiana played them closer than Oklahoma did. Oklahoma struggled in a win against Texas. All this stuff combined, what do you think now after this win?
Kind of like Doug, I don't think my opinion's changed all that much. I think I have a little bit more questions about JT Barrett maybe. I think he's been fine all year. I don't think he's been great. I know he's putting up good numbers. I've had questions about his accuracy and his throwing ability overall, and he did not throw the ball well against Indiana. Indiana's defense has improved. It's still not a great defense, and there were receivers open, and JT Barrett missed them. And I think it's fair to question whether or not this team throws the ball well enough to win big games, but it's also fair to question if it matters because the offense really ran the ball well again against Indiana with a trio of JT Barrett, Curtis Samuel, and Mike Weber. So they're struggling to throw the ball a little bit, but it hasn't mattered yet, and I don't know if it's going to matter moving forward.
I've been walking around Columbus thinking that Ohio State was just going to walk in November, just blowing everybody out. And I don't know that I think that way anymore. Everybody has circled Wisconsin on the calendar for next week as a big game for Ohio State. I never really thought Ohio State would be in danger. I might consider, we talked about before, maybe picking Wisconsin now. I don't know. I guess I'm emotionally unstable because I picked Ohio State after they beat whatever. I think that there were some alarming things that we saw in the game against Indiana. Indiana had 2 4-star commitments in 4 years leading into this. They should have, in my opinion, moved the ball a little bit easier, and they didn't, so I think there's some questions. But, we'll write about that. Stay tuned with all of our coverage throughout the week. Going to Madison next week for Doug, Bill. I'm Ari from Ohio Stadium. Thanks for watching.